Over the last 10 years, I went from being broke to being in the top 1%. But now I'm on a mission to get into the top 0.1%. Here are 5 mindset hacks I'll use to help me get there. Now, as Jim Rohn said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, which is why many people get stuck because of the environment they're in. They only hang out with people who are at the same level they're at. And this creates a mental ceiling and a lack of vision that's hard to break through. Now, to overcome this for myself, I'm following what I call the company you keep principle. By studying and hanging out with people wealthier than me, I'll make sure my mind is constantly expanded. My goal is to see opportunities that were invisible to me before. I'm also going to be reading biographies of ultra successful people to give me a front row seat to their thought processes, their struggles, and their breakthroughs. My plan is to absorb their wisdom, avoid their mistakes, and internalize their success patterns. So not only will I be elevating my circle, I will be elevating my mind and elevating my life. Now, as Les Brown said, life has no limitations except for the ones you make. Many high achievers hit a plateau because they're unaware of their mental blocks and limiting beliefs. This can be frustrating and holds them back from their full potential. Now, to combat this, I'm hiring a life coach and a therapist, a process I call the expand my beliefs principle. Now, I think of my mind as a high performance engine, and a life coach and therapist are precision mechanics for my mind. And even the best engines need tuning to perform at their peak. A life coach and a therapist will help me fine tune my beliefs and behaviors, identifying and dismantling mental behaviors and limiting patterns I didn't even know existed. To become a millionaire last time, I had to completely change my thinking. Now, to get to this next level, I'm gonna have to optimize my mental engine even more. And yes, it could be scary to dig into my mind like this, but as Joseph Campbell said, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Now, after optimizing my mindset, the next thing I'm going to be doing is working on my daily habits and productivity. And as James Clear puts it, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So it's easy to lose momentum and get stuck when you're working alone. So I'm working with a fellow entrepreneur and doing daily 5-minute accountability calls in the morning to keep myself hyper optimized and always producing. And I refer to this as my accountability ally. Now, on paper, sure, I've already achieved top 1% results. And many people say to me, well, gee, Steve, how much more do you want? Why do you keep pushing? If I were you, I'd just drink Busch Light all day or play shuffleboard or, I don't know, herd pigeons or watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians 24 hours a day. Well, whoop-de-doo. Throw me a party with singing clowns that make balloons or hand me a crappy beer and a pigeon. But in reality, it doesn't matter to me what I've done in the past. The past is the past. And it definitely doesn't matter what others think. Those are their goals, not mine. And I still truly believe I've only scratched 5% of my potential. So these daily calls aren't just about accountability for me. They're about making sure I don't rest on my laurels and fall into the trap of entitlement because what I've already accomplished. That is a trap. So this is for me like having a workout buddy who won't ever let me skip leg day, because in business, every day is leg day. Now, after establishing my accountability ally, the next thing I'm doing is using a wicked social psychology hack. Now, many people set goals but lack the motivation to see them through. And I'm telling you right now, I ain't going down like that. So to create pressure to perform and stay motivated, I'm building in public and sharing my journey on YouTube. I call this method the open book method. When I put my goals out there for the world to see, it creates a pressure to perform that's very motivating. It's like burning the boats. There's no going back, only forward. And this transparency isn't just about accountability, like I mentioned before. It's about creating a narrative that others can follow and also be inspired by. It's about showing the raw, unfiltered process of building something real. And when I share my journey, I build a tribe of followers who are invested in my success and who cheer me on. And this creates external pressure, sharpens my own focus, and it drives me to achieve more. Now, this next tool is probably my favorite of all because this is truly how the rich get richer. Now, as Robert Kiyosaki said, leverage is the reason some people become rich and others do not. And over the last 10 years, I definitely used leverage to build wealth, but now I'm 10xing my use of leverage to get wealthier faster by using something I call digital leverage. Now, here's why. Many content creators struggle with slow growth because they rely solely on organic methods, which can be frustrating and slow. And that's where the fast track with ads principle comes in. So relying solely on organic growth is like walking to your destination. Sure, it can get you from point A to point B, but it takes a lot of time and effort to get anywhere. Whereas paid ads, on the other hand, are like taking a high-speed train, and suddenly I'm moving at a high speed with significantly less effort. Now, you might be thinking right now, well, aren't paid ads risky? Well, the truth is, ads can actually be less risky than relying solely on organic growth. While organic growth might seem free on the surface, it's actually quite expensive in terms of time and opportunity cost. And with organic methods, you're at the mercy of the algorithms and slow, unpredictable growth. It can take months, even years to see results, and there's no guarantee of success. Whereas paid ads will allow me to scale quicker, reaching millions faster and test ideas at lightning speed. I can get instant feedback on what works and what doesn't. So think of it like this. With paid ads, I can test things out and tweak them almost instantly. If something isn't working, I can change it up right away based on real feedback. It's like having the ability to make quick adjustments so I'm not stuck waiting around or risking a lot of time and effort on things that just might not pan out. Now, I definitely used paid ads in my last business, but this time I'm doubling down on them because, simply put, money loves speed, and ads are the pure definition of speed. So now you're thinking, great, I'm gonna go work on my mindset, or I'm gonna go work on my leverage, or find an accountability buddy. But I caution you, stop. Do not do that just yet, because I've got one more thing for you that's gonna give you even more of an edge by showing you how wealthy people optimize their time to make sure every hour that they work is hyper profitable. And you can get that hack by watching this video either here or here.